Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
back to the Quad Pod. This is, I am Carlo.
And I'm Sam.
Yeah, we're going to have a fun day today. So
Yeah.
Liberation Day happened.
Liberation Day.
And,
I'm hoping all of you feel a lot more free.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot more free. I've been liberated from many things.
Been liberated from my 401k.
Yeah. I've been liberated from my future. We'll get to that. But, yeah, it's... You know, it's been a fun week. The weather continues to be a bit of a roller coaster. It's a bit colder out.
Yeah, it was not great out today.
Yeah, but I feel like today we have our list here as we usually do. I want to get started on a happy note.
Oh,
today.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm
so
excited.
we have some depressing stuff, of course.
As always.
As always. But I think this is great, and we were talking about this before. So scientists have brought back what they think is something close to the dire wolf.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. And what's even more awesome here is their names. And we saw
Yeah, we were looking at these.
So, and this is the New York Times. So 3 healthy wolves, 2 males that are 6 months old and 1 female that is 2 months old. Their names are Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi.
This is perfect.
And that is... if those aren't like the coolest names you could possibly name an extinct species that you brought back to life, how cool is that?
Like I said, I completely forgot dire wolves were in Game of Thrones until one of them was named Khaleesi. I was like, that's like kind of just a strange name. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
You know, we're making big advancements in the field of de-extinction, which I love, because I know we talked a couple months ago about woolly mammoths and how they made woolly mice.
That's right.
And this I mean, you gotta love this.
Bring back the dodo bird.
Bring back the dodo bird, yes. But I mean, there's a picture here that we will include, and you'll be able to see it.
Do you want to present it?
Yeah, I'll present it. It's right here. And if these aren't,
I believe is that Romulus? Yeah, it's Romulus.
It's Romulus and Remus pictured. And if those aren't some of the gosh darnest cutest animals you've ever seen,
it's like, one looks like a dog, and the other one kind of looks like an otter.
They kind of do look like an otter a little bit.
Yeah.
Adorable though.
But adorable nonetheless.
Oh my god, I'm jealous.
Well, didn't you say it says in the article that we're looking at, it's like they live in the Ritz-Carlton life?
Yeah, it does. I'll find that quote. Yeah.
This is from New York Times.
So here it is. I would love to know the natural behavior of a dire wolf, the researcher said, but they are essentially living the Ritz-Carlton lifestyle of a wolf. They can't get a splinter without us knowing about it. So,
imagine being born and then everything being taken care of for you. Like,
I mean, that happens to...
I guess you're right, a lot of people. But no,
life
this has got to be a new way.
That's actually the problem with our country, but get to that later.
Too many people are being treated like newborn dire wolves.
Yeah. You know, not much subtlety there, but I would agree with that. But yes. But, oh, man, I love seeing stuff like this because I feel like, I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, we're one step closer, you know?
Yeah, and again, as long as they're healthy, which they are.
Yeah,
new
zoo exhibit probably
They're healthy
soon.
little fellas, and new zoo exhibit. I would love if they come to Philadelphia.
You know what? I feel like zoos should start having like how like consoles have their own exclusives. Like zoos should have their own exclusives.
Awesome.
So like only like a select amount of zoos have the dire wolves.
That would be sick, actually.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. And like some of them have like the woolly mice.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
The woolly mice.
I thought you were about to be like zoos should like start doing de-extinction. There's a whole movie about that.
Oh, yeah.
There are 3 movies about that. Well, more than 3. Right. There's like 6 actually more at this point.
Well, yeah.
But like on some real stuff though, I would go to Jurassic Park. I would.
Yes. I don't care.
Yeah,
even if the movies that like, even though it always ends in tragedy.
The movies are fear mongering because that wouldn't happen.
And also that dictates like one bad experience. It had to be open for like I guess Jurassic World.
Exactly.
I guess had to be open for months.
It's an outlier. It's an exception. It was 40 years ago. We have the regulations now. We have the standards. We know we are ready. We're ready. Mm-hmm. We're ready to bring back anything.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs. I would love to bring back dinosaurs.
We got to be at least somewhat close. Like, do you think that's someone's job? Trying to bring back the dinosaurs?
If that is a job that somebody has, I'm jealous. I'll tell you that right now. I would love to be, dinosaur de-extinctor?
The extinctor?
The dinosaur de-extinctor.
Bro. The dream.
That would be, yeah. I know I've said it before, but like I just like imagine you're just driving down I-76 and you just you look off to the side, you see a bunch of brontosauruses.
Oh.
Brontosauri.
Yeah, put all the like not dangerous ones out.
Yeah, the herbivores.
Yeah.
The herbivores. Yeah. You just see a bunch of plant eaters, grazing among the treetops.
That'd be great.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
We're making a lot of steps
Yes.
to the future, and
yes.
that'll be one of them.
So that's one step towards a better future.
Oh, yeah.
We have some things here that are steps backwards.
A little bit.
But this is good.
But yeah, remember this moment. Remember this gleeful moment.
I'm gonna kind of dangle a carrot for you guys here. I have another really great thing, but we're gonna wait for that because we have some not so great stuff.
Yeah.
So
dangle a carrot is the most like I get it. It's oh you not yet.
We're gonna do it's gonna be a shit sandwich.
Yeah,
because
right.
It's not like bread is that great, but
yeah. But sometimes
it's better than doo-doo.
Yeah, you'll get a good bite once in a while.
So we're gonna go through some dookie.
Yeah.
But we're gonna come back around and we have some good news for you guys.
Yeah. So what's the first bite?
The first bite. So we can talk about Liberation Day.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
I think that's fair.
So I don't know if it would be very helpful for us to get into specifics because literally even if we went around and released this 2 hours from now, things have been changing minute by minute. So we're not going to go into the specifics of the tariffs and what it is, but Liberation Day did happen, and many experts believe that we are heading towards recession.
Yeah.
So, but at least we're free now, though.
We're free.
But so
free.
I saw that the markets were down. I am not a finance. Sam and I are not finance majors.
Absolutely not.
Or business majors, not even by any stretch of the imagination. But the statistic that I saw was, and this is not current even, but I saw it at some point earlier today. The market was down 17%.
Oh my god!
And I think the red line they have for the market is 20%. They call that a bear market. So
doesn't sound good.
Getting close to not great stuff.
Yeah, I mean we'll see what happens. It's always changing, so
yeah,
hopefully
it's always changing.
Maybe it goes up.
I hope. But I will say, Donald, we're tired of winning.
yeah. Yeah.
I think we're tired of winning.
You're going to be tired of winning.
I think we actually are tired.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Please stop.
I'm tapping
out. If this is what winning is, please stop. I'm done. I'm tired.
I love seeing this analogy, and I've seen it a few times, but America's tanking for a draft pick. No, because that's how they phrase it. That's how Republicans are. It's because the Republican thing right now is short-term pain for long-term gain.
Yeah.
We're not getting
who
Cooper
we getting
Flag
in
next
this?
season.
Yeah. We're tanking for the next presidency, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if there are any great prospects out there. I don't know, guys.
Arnold.
It's not Arnold. And again, that's why I don't even want to spend as necessarily too much time on this because you asked me about the economy. I kind of don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know much at all. I didn't even take a personal finance management class in high school, so I don't. Yeah. I know nothing.
But it's just I'll just repeat the sentiment that economists of almost any economist will tell you that a tariff is essentially a tax because it's going to get passed on to the consumer. Because again, if you truly believe that these companies are just generous enough to eat the costs, and they just want it out of the kindness of their heart, give you goods at the same price.
Yeah. No, what?
If you think that, I would probably say, go back to watching Coco Melon, and I think your alphabet soup might be getting cold. That's what I would say to you if you believe that. Regardless. It's funny too because before the election, and I wrote about this in the quad too. I don't know the exact number, but it was it was a dozen, 2 dozen Nobel Peace Laureate economists came out, and they were like, guys, this would cause a recession if Trump put tariffs up.
Yeah,
and nobody
believed them.
I mean. Why care about what Nobel laureate winners have to say about the economy in the same way that why care about what doctors have to say about COVID?
Yeah. Fauci didn't know nothing. This guy didn't know nothing.
It's a little bit of a running theme, and I think again, if you are kind of brushing those things off, I think in this country, I I think we actually are being led by some of the dumbest people to ever exist in the history of humanity.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you want to go back, like you could go back to like the Dark Ages, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like, oh, these people thought like, they were like humors, and you had to keep your humors in balance or else you would get sick. That's ridiculous. They're so stupid. They didn't know better.
Yeah.
They didn't know better. Like, these people are so stupid, but they have the information at their fingertips.
Mm-hmm. Like
It is a willing and like excited, like just stupidity.
I imagine Trump's like talking to Elon during the campaign. He's like, people like when I say this tariff word. I should say this word more often.
I really don't know what it means. Because he doesn't. He doesn't know it. Repeatedly, time and time again, he has like mischaracterized or like totally not understood what a tariff is.
I imagine it's just like he goes out on the stage, he goes, tariff, and I was like, yeah.
And I also, here's another thing, right? So he wants to bring industry back to America. He wants to bring jobs back to America. Okay, so here's the thing, right? If you went up on a stage and you were like, "Hey guys, who wants to bring industry back to America?" Everybody would be like, "Yeah, let's go." And if you were like, "All right," but if it actually comes time to, "All right, who wants to work in a steel factory?"
Yeah.
I think a hush would fall over the crowd.
Yep.
Because seriously, like that's like, and look, like we just don't do that in America anymore. Like we're a service economy, like whatever you want to characterize it as. Like we don't do heavy industry in America anymore.
Yeah. Like when the American Temu factories start popping up, it's like, who's gonna start working?
That is what he wants, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like,
people love Temu. They're obviously gonna want to work there in the factories. No, we're going back onto something you said. Like, as soon as we start thinking these politicians are like professionals of anything and know what they're talking about, we're doomed. Like,
politicians are experts in nothing but politics, and that's the fact of the matter.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. And also the idea that the tariffs are going to force, like, production back into America. The other thing with that is that, okay, so great. Best case scenario. Let's say, like, every car manufacturer is like, all right, fine. We'll manufacture our cars in America.
Yeah.
Like, where do you think those parts come from for the cars? So guess what? It does nothing.
Yeah.
It does, because if the parts needed to make the final product are coming from overseas anyways, that tariff does nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, we're still just getting all the same parts, just building it somewhere else.
It's just.
You know what? Think on the positive side, maybe we're acting super foolish right now, and we just have no idea what we're talking about.
Maybe.
And Trump is the expert here.
Maybe.
Is it likely? Probably not. But keep your hopes up on the maybe.
I love, and they've been saying this for years. Like, it's like, we need to run this business. We need to run this country like a business. We need to run this economy like a business. The first mistake there that I'll point out, and this is like, I might sound like a, like a, I don't know. You might hear this and be like, oh, what a sissy liberal. But okay, businesses are fundamentally different than government. Like, and you should just know that. Like, from the offset. But like, the government does not exist to make a profit. So what the fuck are you talking about? The government needs to be run like a business.
Yeah, like
respectfully, like, what? Why? No.
Yeah. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's not. It isn't a business.
It's categorically not. And I don't. And so, that talking point aside, Donald Trump is a person. I don't know exactly how many times, but he's been declared for bankruptcy multiple times. Yeah. He bankrupted a casino, which is like, how do you do that?
How do you even?
I don't know. So. Just two really kind of critical misunderstandings is that, the government is not a business. And even if you wanted a businessman to run the economy, you didn't pick a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank
you. Oh, and then you keep the light on.
I hate the light. I'm a vampire. So yes. So to kind of segue off that pretty effectively, I'd like to think. So the Nintendo Switch 2 was recently revealed.
Very exciting.
Yes. Well, some parts exciting, other
The
parts.
idea is exciting.
The idea is exciting.
Of a Nintendo Switch 2, new Mario Kart, new Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, and the reason that I'm saying this is a segue is because as of right now, pre-orders for the Switch 2 are in a kind of dubious place.
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing them right now. I think
No, they're not. I think they're waiting until like April 9th or something like that.
Yeah, so they're saying the release date is unchanged for the Switch 2, which I think is like June 5th of this year.
Yes,
something like that.
June
Yeah. But yeah, like if you're an American, you can't pre-order the Switch 2 because of the tariff situation.
Also, like I saw this, I mean, this is from what I saw. I haven't fact checked it, but like that if you buy a Nintendo Switch 2 in Japan, it is converting to like US dollars is $130 cheaper than the one.
Yeah, I believe it.
I'm like,
yeah,
these
because
stupid tariffs are gonna make me pay more for the Switch 2.
Yeah, because I just for clarification, the US price of the Switch 2 is $450.
$450.
Yeah.
Which is, I think the original Nintendo Switch was $300.
I think that sounds right. I don't know if that is. Yeah, that sounds right.
I remember having to pay $300 for mine at least, and so like $150 more. Like, will it be worth it? I don't know. Like, it is better. Like,
because I have like a whole thing, and I won't get too much on my soapbox here, but like so
that's right.
I mean, I have a PlayStation 5, and it is hard for me to justify getting another $450 console.
Yeah.
Just to play like a small handful of games that, granted, are really really good. Like they make really really good games, but them just being so hell bent on like only releasing their games on their consoles, and they've been that's been their thing like forever.
Yeah.
I think it's time to just kind of like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like let's grow up a little bit.
Like even PlayStation and Xbox, you can access everything through the PC.
Yeah.
Like you can get it all. You don't have to own an Xbox to play Xbox games anymore, and that's kind of huge. And PlayStation 2
I think it's better for the consumer.
Yeah, but Nintendo's always had a weird thing with money.
Yeah.
Like I remember when they were on YouTubers a lot. Like you'd have to give them a percentage. Copyright striking everything. Yeah. I think they had like a partnership program you had to join if you wanted to post anything or upload anything about Nintendo.
And also with the Switch, I just don't like the concept of the Switch. And again, I won't get too deep into the weeds here, but like, because the whole thing with the Switch is like, oh, you can play it portably or you can play it on your TV. I don't know, just like never in my life, especially not in 2025, have I ever had the desire to like go outside with. And also, this is a $450 console.
Yeah.
So like you're taking it outside, like into the world where anything can happen to it. It's a $450 console.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of this fragile thing. It's like a screen with like.
If you dropped it, it'd be cooked.
Yeah.
It's like remember how, how if you drop AirPods, they go flying. I know that's how the Switch 2 controllers are gonna pop off the sides.
Yeah. So I don't know. That whole thing to me is just.
It really is only good for like the car. Like if you're on a road trip.
For trips, like planes,
cars. Only like reason for the like to ever take it off the screen.
That really is it for me though, because also, I don't know, like they do this every cycle. They'll release a console that is like so underpowered in comparison, and I don't want to like conflate like the power of a console with the quality of the games or the experience, because I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
But I think where they get me is like, okay, you're releasing a console that doesn't have not nearly the processing power of what is like par for the course.
Yeah.
Where they get me is the price. Because that's the big thing for me. Because if they were like, okay, like here's our console, like this is our special console, it's built for our games. It's not, a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox One.
Yeah, it's not.
Like hey, like $200. That to me is fair.
Yeah.
Asking the same price essentially for the Switch 2, which probably has the power of like a base model PS4.
Yeah.
As a PlayStation 5, like the same price. That to me is like, all right, guys.
And
like
on top of that, I mean, it can play like it says it can play like Cyberpunk.
I know we were talking about that. I don't buy it. I don't know.
That sounds super sketchy.
Because like the thing is like, so the current Switch, like they have like third party games. Like I know for instance they have MLB The Show.
That's right.
Which is the baseball game. And yeah, they have it on the Switch. But have you seen how it looks on the Switch? It looks terrible.
Dude, I don't know if it was that game specifically, but I remember like a bunch of ports coming to Switch and they all just look garbage. And it's like,
yeah, because like
I just can't handle it.
I'm not a tech guy. I don't know the figures or the stats or whatever. But like, I feel like if you looked at like the Switch 1 that's out right now, Like that thing probably like, I don't know, like the graphics power on that. Probably closer to like a PS3 than a PS4.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, you're right. I honestly don't think it could, like, if you tried playing like Red Dead Redemption 2 on a Switch,
it would blow up.
It would start smoking. Like, there's no way. Like, maybe on the Switch 2, and they're selling it like you could. That's what they're selling it. Like, they're selling it a $450 console, like it is. Then also on top of that is the $80 games, which we haven't discussed yet.
We haven't. And again, it's so tough because that trailer for Mario Kart World, that game looks so fun.
It does. It looks so great.
That game looks so... You can play as the cow.
You can play as the goddamn cow from Moo Moo Meadows.
Cow.
And you can ride on the walls and on the rails.
And on the rails, yeah. That game...
That was everything I wanted.
That game does look so fun. But it's $80.
It's $80.
It's $80.
Like, the only way I'm buying that game is if I buy it with the Switch 2, because it's like $30 cheaper.
Yeah.
Like, the bundle's like $500 or something like that.
I'm just upset that Nintendo did the work. Nintendo basically did the dirty work of the industry for them because I don't know if you recall, but I'm kind of in the loop with like Grand Theft Auto 6 news.
Yeah.
Right. And so for the past few months, like there have been like reports are coming out from insiders that like the industry wants Rockstar to price Grand Theft Auto 6 at like $80, $90, $100 because they want that barrier to be like broken, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So Nintendo was like, "Fuck it, $80 Mario Kart."
Yeah.
And they did the dirty work of the industry for them.
Yeah.
And if Mario Kart is $80, I'm afraid that GTA 6 just became like $200.
That's the thing too, is like well, GTA 6 compared to like a regular $60 game, that like it just makes sense, I guess, in the sense of, like, is GTA 6 probably a better game than most of these $60 games? It probably will be. More than likely will be.
100%, yeah.
But that's gonna set the precedent for these other shitty $60 games to now put themselves at 100, like they're on the same level.
I will say it's an interesting market, just because of the fact that, like, precedent for the video game industry is like you pay the same price for any game no matter what.
Yeah. Besides like indie games, of course.
Except for indie games, and it's funny because like if you apply that principle to literally anything else, it kind of doesn't work. And I'm not defending this decision. I'm just like kind of saying like it's a bit weird, right? The way we think about it, because like. If you wanted to go out and get like a Louis Vuitton jacket, I don't know how much a Louis Vuitton jacket costs.
Probably
like
a few thousand.
Even a few $1,000s, yeah. Like let's say it's like $1,000. It is not going to be the same price as like a Target brand jacket that you walk in and buy, and like it's the same thing, but one is better than the other, and the price reflects that.
That's the thing too, is that a lot of these $20 indie games are better than these $60 quadruple A games.
Yeah, so that's like the one and only thing where it's like...
I know what I think played a huge part in that? We can talk about this real quickly, but like I think Cyberpunk played a big part in this. Because $60 game, all the trailers are cool, finally comes out, and it is unplayable. Yeah. I think that grew a lot of... Like, people just became to not trust these big games anymore. Yeah. And so people are a lot more hesitant to buy games. And so... Now a lot of these studios aren't making their money back, so instead of working on the quality of their games, they instead just up the price to make their money back. Yeah,
the monetization of the video game industry. I could do a whole podcast episode about that.
We really could, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we'll refrain from that for now. Yeah. But I guess bottom line with this whole segment is that yes, the tariffs are affecting even the Switch 2.
Even the Switch 2.
So even if you think these don't affect you in any way.
They're hitting Mario.
They're hitting Mario. And I'll tell you something, guys. If these tariffs are affecting Mario and his friends, they're affecting you too.
Yeah, they're definitely affecting you.
Let's be clear about that. One way or another, I do hope to get my hands on a Switch 2 eventually.
At some point. It's going to be like the PS5 where you're not going to get it for the first 3 years, so...
That could very well be true.
Dude, I never even ended up getting one.
Speaking of waiting long times, this is another great segue.
Okay. Ooh.
Cory Booker.
Familiar? Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know his name for the longest time. Then I knew his name and I knew exactly.
Yeah. So Cory Booker is a Democratic senator from New Jersey, and I'm going to say that I claim him because I was born in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I was born in New Jersey, so
you can.
Yeah. So. He did a cool thing.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, 25 hours, I believe it was. He filibustered on the Senate floor.
That's insane.
Which means that he could not take bathroom breaks. He could not take breaks to eat. I don't know if he snacked or anything, but as far as I'm aware, he could not take any substantial breaks for anything.
No, yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, and the only times that he could like be not speaking was, I think, like they had Democratic other senators coming in like talking with him,
Okay.
and then he like didn't have to, because they were, I don't know how the rules work. But yeah, more or less 25 straight hours. Cory Booker was like, and I said this before we started recording, but like staying awake for 25 hours straight, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Standing for 25 hours straight, that's another thing. Standing and speaking coherently for 25 hours straight,
that's insane.
Again, without food, without going to the bathroom, that is crazy.
I didn't think it could be done, honestly. Like
it really does almost seem like one of those things that like really kind of tests like the endurance of the human body.
Yeah.
No.
Super cool and awesome.
We have visitors again. One thing I wanted to say about Cory Booker.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had to hard cut there or anything, but the light got turned on
yeah.
back. So for Cory Booker, something I think is worth mentioning. So he actually broke the record for the longest filibuster in Senate history, and it's cool because the record he broke was set by Strom Thurmond, who was filibustering against the Civil Rights Bill.
Oh.
Yes.
Jesus.
So for the longest time, up until Cory Booker broke this record just recently, the Senate filibuster record was held by a vehement racist.
Wasn't it like 14 hours or something like that? I thought it was like 14.
I don't know exactly how long it was, but the record was broken.
Yeah,
by Cory Booker here. Yeah.
And I think we talked about this, but we actually don't know like what he was talking about the whole time. I don't think I could talk about anything for 25 hours long enough.
Yeah, because I did not watch the whole thing. I've seen the clips and I've seen like the social media posts, like very small. But yeah, out of the 26 hours that he was, or 25 hours he was up there, I've seen like probably like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
I have no clue what he was talking about. I really don't. I mean, it's impressive as hell though.
Does everyone else in the Senate have to sit there?
Oh no, not everybody. No, because it's like I would be surprised. I don't know this for a fact. I would be surprised if there were like any Republicans there. Just because, like, they're probably like, but
you heckling the whole time.
But yeah, like I think at the end, like old ass Chuck Schumer got up. He's like, "Do you have any idea how proud we are of you?" And it's like, it's like, all right, Chuck.
I wonder how long bro slept after that.
Oh my God, yeah, man.
What's your first meal?
That's a good question, actually. If I'm filibustering for 25
hours.
I have a short list of like my favorite foods and everything. I would say, because I've mentioned this on here before, but I'll say it again because it is one of my favorite foods. And I think after a long period of time, I would like a roast beef sandwich and some gravy fries.
Okay. Oh, I remember you telling me there's a place. Yeah,
because that's it's nice and thick and it's heavy and it'll fill you up.
I'm thinking like a big greasy burger.
That's good too. Oh my God, wait. This is like, I don't want to get too, but you're right. Because I feel like we talked a week or two about like egg burgers, right?
Yeah, the egg, yeah.
Last night, and if you, this is not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor us, please sponsor us. Buddy's Burgers.
Buddy's Burgers.
So I got the hangover burger last night. Dude, it's so good. Dude, it's so good. It's so good, man. Because it's like,
is that the one you were telling me about?
I think yeah. Because so it's a double burger with American cheese. Bacon, an egg, a fried egg, and maple sauce.
Holy shit!
Oh my God! I mean, I just know it's not good for you.
Oh no, that's clogging.
But it is so
imagine
good.
Talking for 25 hours, not sleeping. First meal.
That would hit. That would
greasy
hit.
Oh my
that God. Would. Oh my God! That would hit like a semi truck.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but that was a little sidetracked.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I wanted to mention that to you, and I didn't get.
I remember you talking about that. Yeah, but we can.
Yeah, so but
go from there.
Yeah. So just branching off of breakfast burgers and egg burgers. I don't have a good segue for this one. I broke my streak. I'm sorry. But another thing I've heard.
God damn it!
Well, the next thing I wanted to talk about, and this will be brief, I guess. But so the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are the World Series champions from a year ago, they visited the White House. Which is customary for the winning team.
Yeah.
But of course, things like these raise questions with the current environment, and I don't know. What do you make of professional sports teams who are champions visiting the White House? Because again, it is customary. They've been doing it forever. But what do you think about it in the current situation?
Well, didn't the Eagles not do it?
So the Eagles officially accepted the invitation. They haven't gone yet.
Oh, okay.
They haven't gone yet. The Eagles officially accepted the invitation. Now, that is not an indicator of which specific players will go and who won't. So that hasn't quite happened yet. I wouldn't be able to speak on the specifics of that. But it does seem like most of the Dodgers did go to the White House.
Well, I guess I'll just say then it's like, I think maybe 10 years ago it's an honor. And for some, it is an honor still. But now everything's so divided. It's like it's an honor for some people, and it's like I don't care for other people. Like,
yeah.
So
I would say, because I don't know, like there are people like, oh, you guys are making this political. It's not political. This is just what they do. You know, it's an honor to be invited to the White House.
It does kind of make things political in the sense it's like, well, now we know whoever doesn't go.
Yes, because I would say like, okay, maybe you're not endorsing the president by doing that, but you are, I think you are legitimizing the president by doing that.
Yeah.
By going. You're kind of like recognizing like the authority of like them, and on a very basic level what that like office represents and stands for.
And
that
and that it's honorable to
that it's honorable. And I think that in this I don't know. I mean, and the thing is with a lot of these athletes, they don't really go into that stuff. And it's interesting. Yeah. It's interesting too, because I feel like within the past 5 years, because it is coming up on 5 years since like, the turmoil in 2020.
Yeah.
I think kind of the sports world has done a bit of a 180. Because if you recall in 2020, of course, the Black Lives Matter movement over the summer of 2020 and onwards, many athletes coming out in support of Black Lives Matter, in support of like social justice causes. I think the political culture really has shifted in regards to like sports figures and sports communities and whatnot. From my perspective, I really think I've seen a shift to where hardly anybody in like that's like a prolific athlete is like actually being a voice for like justice in these kind of times.
Yeah, it is kind of rare. I think because as soon as they enter the political realm, it's split now. Like some of their fans are going to love it, some of the fans are going to hate it. And then they lose. They know they're going to lose a percentage of people that are going to follow them. Which
I just don't get because, okay, so let's say, just to use an example, right? Let's say, not even like a superstar player. Let's just say you're like a decent, like good, like NBA player, right? Yeah. And you're like, if you're like a mid-level NBA player in 2025, you're probably getting paid $15-20 million a year.
Yeah. So
you're getting paid $15-20 million a year. I don't know. Like, why do you care about like dividing? Like,
yeah. Well, because I think it's, I don't know. Because if you're too political or too controversial, then you could. I mean, not tickets, but your jersey sales. You might get moved to a different team, get paid less. Like if people hate you enough, and if you're controversial enough, either it's going to go one way and people are going to want to see you, or it's going to be the opposite and you're just going to get blacklisted.
And to be clear, I'm not saying that any of these people are at fault for what's happening.
No,
I just my perspective is just especially in the sports world, because the sports world is so, and again I think this maybe is even more recent. I mean, it's probably always been like this, but I think in recent years the sports world has become so hyper masculine and so like right wing. And I don't have the exact words for this right now, but I think it's shifted so far that way that especially in the sports world, we really could use some people that are using their platforms to advocate for these things. I just don't see it right now.
No, yeah, I mean, I see what you mean, 100%. Yeah. I don't feel like there's a lot of politics isn't really in sports that much, but I also feel like people would get mad at just say LeBron James or started speaking out against certain things. They'd be like, "Oh, now he's being all political. Just play basketball, buddy."
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
exactly. Yeah, and
it's kind of a lose-lose in a sense.
Yeah, I don't know. And for the Dodgers to go to the White House, I mean, they're from Los Angeles. They're from California. So this is a team from a city that he has insulted time and time again.
Yeah,
from a state that he has insulted time and time again. they're going there, they're legitimizing like him and what he's doing.
Yeah.
Again, a president that is just breaking laws left and right, doing unconstitutional things left and right. And to me, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Another interesting aspect of this is the Department of Defense came under fire. I think it was about a month ago. They removed a page about Jackie Robinson.
In what, like?
Under the guise of DEI.
What, really?
Because yes, so Jackie Robinson was drafted into the Army during World War II. He I forget exactly how long he served for, but Jackie Robinson served honorably in the Army for a few years in World War II, which is why he was on the DoD website.
Oh yeah.
And what happened was he got on a bus and he refused to go to the back like the bus driver told him. And at that point, the military was desegregated. So he had every right to sit where he wanted on the bus, but he refused to sit in the back, which led to, and he was initially court-martialed for like, I don't know the specific charge, but just kind of like not.
Not complying.
But he was vindicated, of course, and he was honorably discharged thereafter. And that's not to mention the important thing. Well, not the important thing, but in this context, the important thing is that Jackie Robinson. So his page was removed under the guise of DEI. Like, I don't know. It's just do I have to explain to you why this? I don't have to explain to you why this is ridiculous.
I feel like anyone listening should also find this ridiculous. Like
Jackie Robinson,
such an iconic sports figure.
Like every American knows who Jackie Robinson is.
Yes.
And like if you like skin color and everything else aside, if you just look at his stats, like this guy is genuinely Jackie Robinson is one of the greatest baseball players.
Oh my God, yeah. Like even if you don't know that much about baseball,
yes, yeah.
Jackie Robinson. Like in the same way you know Babe Ruth.
I don't know. I almost was like, I'm gonna like explain why this. I don't need to though.
No, you should.
So
it's. I guess this is informing.
Yeah, and the connection here, by the way, is Jackie Robinson was a Dodger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's
on top of that.
maybe I didn't make that clear, but that's the only reason why I brought that up. But I don't know. I mean, it's
again. But when did they do that?
They they removed the website about. That's my laptop. Oh. Sorry. They removed the website about a month ago.
That's crazy too, especially like after that happening, Dodgers like, yeah, we'll still go to the White House.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of makes it a little more.
I mean, it like I said, it's a president that has done nothing but disrespect them and their city and their state and their history. And yet there they are. I don't know. I don't know how much.
I bet you there were a few of them there just to go. Hey, go to the White House, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it says. I don't think maybe all of them understood what they're kind of saying.
Because it's like if the president is like George W. Bush, like Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan. Who cares?
There wasn't such a divide.
Yeah. But like I said again, like this is a president who. He is a criminal, found guilty, 34 felon charges. He already is a felon, a criminal, and he continues to in the office, just break things left and right.
Yeah,
I don't know. So we had some technical difficulties, but we're powering through. And finally, I can say that we have gotten to the final good news of the day.
I'm excited.
We're gonna leave you on something good. We're gonna leave you on something good. So, and we're gonna get into some more stuff here, but because it's multi-layered.
Yeah.
So, as many of you may know, if you've been following the news, starting from like the top down. So the Wisconsin Supreme Court election that occurred this past week.
Yes.
The more liberal-leaning, and I say liberal-leaning as opposed to Democratic because judges are not affiliated with party.
Oh,
but
okay, yeah.
of course they have they kind of fall into the buckets.
Yeah.
So the liberal judge Susan Crawford in Wisconsin won her election over the conservative candidate, and amazingly, and it really is. I love it. So, oh wait, let me see. Hold on. Yeah. So the conservative candidate in that Wisconsin Supreme Court case was being backed heavily by Elon Musk. How heavily, you ask? About $21 million.
Oh my God.
Heavily. And he was handing out $1 million checks to people who were saying that they would vote, for
That's
the conservative
insane.
candidate.
And they still lost.
So, despite the fact that Elon Musk spent $21 million on this election and gave out big, stupid checks to people on stage. And even in this picture right here, with the smuggest possible look I've ever seen,
it's
looking
horrible.
like an absolute idiot with a cheese head on.
This photo's horrible.
I hate this picture. Despite all of this, he lost. He lost. And I know you're acutely familiar with how it feels to be a loser, Elon, but you lost and you spent $20 million in the process.
But the thing is, like, $20 million to him is like losing change.
Well, that's true, but it's still $20 million.
It's still $20 million.
And how embarrassing for you, Elon. How embarrassing.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Oh, man.
The thing is, this doesn't even crack the top 10 most embarrassing things he's done.
It really doesn't. Because another thing that happened that day. So.
That's right.
Yeah. So sorry, I got a little brain freeze. Yeah. But and people are attributing in large part the victory of the liberal judge to the people in Wisconsin genuinely being totally turned off by Elon's presence in that election.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only did Elon lose, but he really probably was like a big reason that they did lose.
Yeah, I mean, it probably, I'm not sure how close it was, but it probably would have been closer.
Here's the thing. Oh. It was kind of,
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
It was, so by Wisconsin standards, right? And Wisconsin, as you know, is a swing state.
Yeah.
Presidential elections in Wisconsin very often, I don't know if very often, that might be, I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe in this past presidential election, Trump won that state by less than a percentage point.
Oh, wow.
So the liberal judge won this election by 10%.
Oh. So it could have been closer, or even he could have won if not for Elon stepping in.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, so Trump won by less than 1%.
Yeah.
So for Wisconsin standards, right?
Yeah.
Winning by 10%, that's kind of a landslide.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Like considering the context. So it's amazing. It's amazing. That same day too, I have here, Tesla, which obviously he owns it or whatever his thing is there, saw a 13% drop in sales for the first 3 months of the year.
Oh.
Like I guess like I don't know if that's the financial quarter or whatever.
I think it is. Yeah.
But yeah. So a very bad day for Elon is an amazing day for the rest of us.
Oh yeah.
So he lost an election. He was essentially the reason why they lost it. And his stupid little car company is dropping in value.
Not only did he lose,
and it's amazing.
And he lost $21 million.
And he lost $20 million, and he looked like a total fool in the process.
And yeah.
And as a consequence of that, which is perhaps even better.
Oh,
so
yeah.
This is great.
This is a great day for you.
It's a great day for me. So from the Associated Press, the headline is, Trump says Musk will probably leave in, quote, a few months. And the quotes get even better here. So Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One that, quote, Elon is fantastic, but he has a number of companies to run.
Like, as if he's just too busy. He would be.
He has other things going on. He can't stay. He can't stay.
Yeah, I know.
I want him to stay as long as possible, Trump said. There's going to be a point where he's going to have to leave. So we've now reached a point where Elon Musk has spent hundreds of millions of dollars on the Trump campaign and really was expecting to have like a big role in it.
Yeah.
And as of like a month ago, he said he was going to stay as long as it's productive. He wanted to stay into next year. He wanted to stay for a while. Following this Wisconsin election for the Supreme Court, we now have Trump saying that, he's great. I love him, but he has companies to run.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to go eventually.
Well, maybe I think it's still probably it's possible that it's still Trump's plan to keep him on for a long time. But he's just saying a few months just to get like all the Elon haters to be like, okay. Only a few more months. See,
that's true. But I will say, I feel like Trump personality-wise, if Elon was staying, I feel like he would just say that.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like
he'd have no reason to be
like Trump is not really like, when it comes to stuff like this, he's not like a bluffer like that.
He's not.
You know what I mean? So I see this and I'm like, I really do think Trump is just getting annoyed with Elon because like they're both narcissists, they're both sociopaths, they're both liars. But Elon Musk, just more than I think anybody else in this entire world, is just a loser.
Yeah, and at this point, he's hurting. He's hurting the conservative community.
He's hurting the. When you said that, I thought he was like.
Oh.
No, Elon is probably very sad.
Oh.
Elon is probably very sad right now, but that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Because Elon is a terrible human being.
He's up there.
Yeah, and he deserves nothing but misfortune. And so it really is great.
So if you're listening and have been an Elon hater,
yeah,
just like Carl over here, you
up.
can relish in the fact.
Like stock is up. You should have bought stock. I don't know what to tell you. You should have bought stock years ago, because I know I did.
Oh yeah.
But we're up now.
We're up.
And we want everybody to be with us, but I am an OG, so I'll say that.
Yeah, all the Trump. You see anyone hating on Elon now? Like, you're just a bandwagon, bro.
Yeah, it's a bandwagon. Because it's so easy now.
Yeah.
Because he's such a comedically like insane, just like dork and idiot. It's easy now, but you should have been with me. Well, not you specifically.
If you want to mention the other Elon thing we were talking about.
Yeah. Oh my God. So this is great. Okay.
Another win for.
Another win for conservatism and Republicans everywhere. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's see. Here it is. So, this is from Futurism, and the headline. I'm reading the headlines just because I think they're funny. We're gonna get into it more. Mm-hmm. The headline is Elon Musk rage quits gaming live stream after repeatedly dying, gets mercilessly mocked by viewers.
And this was the tutorial boss of the game.
Yeah, and so the game. So I don't know much about this game. I don't think you do either.
I.
But it's called Path of Exile 2. So if you know about that, make what you will of it.
Yeah.
But essentially, Elon started a live stream. This is funny too. So Elon desperately wants to be relatable.
Yeah.
Right.
He wants to appear human.
And so I would imagine, yeah, he does. So I imagine that this is a part of it, like doing a gaming live stream. He did it from his private jet, which is like.
Yeah, like come on.
What do we do?
And wasn't it only 30 minutes long?
Yeah. So. A quote from the article here. After repeatedly dying to the game's... I have to start over. It's so funny. After repeatedly dying to the game's first boss, Musk rage quit roughly 30 minutes into the stream. Gamers reportedly accused the billionaire of having, quote, no friends, and charged that he will, quote, die alone, while also looking, quote, dumb and ugly.
He could not catch a break. This was yesterday, wasn't it?
I believe this did happen. Yes, I believe this did.
On
April 7th.
April 7th.
April 7th. Yes.
Well, no, today's April 7th.
So this happened April 6th.
April 6th.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh my goodness, how funny is it?
Dude.
And again, because I found it so funny because before we started recording, you saw it in the notes and.
Yeah.
I love that this has he has had multiple gaming related controversies that you genuinely got confused. You were like, oh, was that when he was paying somebody to play for him? I was like, no, that's actually a different thing.
Yeah. There's so many at this point that you don't even know which one.
And just to clarify, again, because why not, right? Mm-hmm. So Elon Musk was exposed. This was a while ago.
Yeah.
It was like a couple months ago. But he was exposed for paying somebody to play on his Diablo 3 account and make him look like he was better than he was.
Yeah, and then because I think he did the same thing again, where he went on a live stream and showed that he didn't know the basics of the game.
Yeah,
and
I think the thing that really tipped people off is that when he went into his inventory, the things were labeled like Elon's sword and like Elon's armor, which is like if it was just him playing on that account, why would he be referring to himself in the third person?
I didn't know that. Elon's sword.
And so that is entirely different than what happened this time.
Yeah, no.
Where again, he started just to recap here, he started a gaming live stream from his private jet where he had a face cam on. Streamed for about 30 minutes, kept dying to the game's first boss, and stopped the stream the entire time while being totally bullied by everybody in the chat. And this particular article that I want to jump to here, this is from Polygon.
Yeah.
This has, and you weren't here.
I was not here.
This, so I want you to hear this for the first time.
Okay.
So you know how Elon Musk, I think ex-wife, I think they were married. You know how one of his ex-wives is Grimes?
Grimes?
The musical
artist. Oh, yeah.
So Polygon says that somebody in the chat said, quote, put on some Grimes. Which is insane. That is, I love that level of hating. That is so good. Put on some Grimes. That is so good. I hate this guy so much. I'm so happy right now. Hold on. Because this is amazing. So, people cited Musk's own bizarre criticism of chess for being too simple and having no tech trees. because he did do this. So Elon, I don't know how long ago this was, but Elon Musk criticized the game of chess, widely known as one of the most strategic games you can play. He criticized it for being too simple,
bro,
and for not having skill trees.
Jesus. I like also with the Grimes one, it's like the quote is "put on some Grimes," and then the Polygon thinks this, which as the most divorced man alive, you know he did.
Maybe not the most unbiased journalism here, but I love it.
Yeah,
I do love it. Okay.
Oh
so,
yeah, I'm like, there's like a list of all of them here, and it's so.
Yeah. Here's the thing that don't read. I want to read this to you. Okay. Don't read it.
Okay.
I want because I. So, the final paragraph in this article, and who wrote this article? I want to give him a shout out. Ian Walker. Amazing.
Nice work.
This paragraph, I adore this paragraph. Okay. The weirdest, and the direct quoting.
Okay.
The weirdest part of the stream, however, was Musk's wordless, dead-eyed stare through the whole broadcast. I have had the archive playing in the background while writing this story, and Musk hasn't mumbled more than a few words at a time for the last half hour. I keep flipping back to the video, thinking he must be doing something other than wordlessly clicking through a computer game on a luxury aircraft. Maybe he's too busy daydreaming of destroying Social Security. But nope, there's his face, staring blankly at the screen, as other players' contempt fills his in-game whispers.
Oh my god.
As for what Musk did in Path of Exile 2, he lost several hardcore characters, then quit when the connection got bad and he died to a tutorial boss.
Daydreaming of destroying. What a great paragraph. You're right.
And I don't know. I mean, like,
oh my god.
You can call me callous, but I love it when bad things happen to bad people.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I hope this ruined his day.
I mean, this isn't even close to being what he actually deserves.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like, this like made him insecure.
Oh my god, yeah. You know he read that chat and was like, stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. Never going on stupid.
He said, and this is actually in the other article in Futurism. I obviously won't repeat the word, but during the stream, he said, quote, there are a lot of R words in here. And Elon said that. And Elon, like, it's not 2016 anymore, dude. Like, you're not getting like laugh points for like saying like slurs, like.
No, it's
oh, you're so edgy and funny,
dude.
Like, but yeah,
this is why Trump's like few months.
Even and that to me really is the best part about all this. Like Donald Trump, who again is one of the worst people like that are like alive right now. Even he is like, I had enough of this guy.
Wow. Even he's like, damn, we need to disassociate ourselves from this person.
And so that is like, man, if you're Elon right now, like not even the Don wants you anymore.
Not even Donnie.
No.
Who wants you, Elon, now?
I mean, he has fanboys on Twitter.
He
but
does.
Like, I don't know who else.
Kanye. That's it.
Kanye. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah. It's a whole other can of worms.
That guy's like just totally gone in the head.
Yeah, it's.
But yeah, that's all I had to say about Elon, and I think that is all. I think it's great. We had more stuff in here, but we're getting to we're coming up on time.
Oh so, yeah, it's about that time, and you know what? It's been very informative again. Yeah, love laughing at Elon. This time we had some bad stuff to say about Elon. That's good for us.
It's good for us. It was, and it makes my heart happy. It really does. And I'm glad today. Maybe unlike past episodes, we really did get to end on a bit of a positive note.
Yeah, no, it doesn't normally happen.
Yeah, so Elon might be hell bent on destroying many lives, but some bad things are happening to him.
Yep.
Again, not close to what he deserves.
Oh no, yeah.
But
let's hope this continues. You know,
dude, I would love nothing more.
Let's hope he does another gaming live stream. I pray to. I will actually watch this one. If I hear about it, I'm watching it.
You're watching it. Oh man.
Just like mumbles, like he didn't even.
And I can picture too. I'm not gonna watch it.
Dude, I want to see what his face cam looked like. I want to know what it was like, just like dead-eyed, like.
Yeah, I don't know if they like a picture. I think the TikTok I saw had a picture, but I'll show you after. But yeah.
But you know what? Let's hope that the next one's just as like we're in a good spirit. There's more good news.
Yeah.
About bad people.
Exactly. I like to think we're always in fair spirits.
Yeah, we're never too low.
Yeah. Never too high, never too low.
Exactly.
You know,
you can't be too high.
No. got to keep that hedonic treadmill.
Oh yeah.
Going.
But I do hope you enjoyed. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
Stay informed.
we have fun every time
Yes.
as usual. But yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, and that will be us. I just got an email notification. That will be us signing off for today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.